Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Glassmith podcast. This is our 12th episode, a Glassmith Gals episode. I'm Keller, this is Kelly, this is Kristen, this is Kylie. Austin, roll the intro.
Welcome, friends.
Favorite Escobar flavor.
Favorite Esco flavors, go.
Dead ass. Red apple.
Oh, for real.
Kiwi Dragonberry.
Kiwi Dragonberry?
Yeah.
Ooh. Grape ice. It tastes like with the pixie sticks.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Specific. I love it.
Yeah, shit goes hard.
I'm sure pink lemonade would taste good.
Yeah.
True. True.
I sold like 3 of those today.
So, speaking of flavors, since, all the girlies are here, let's talk about what are y'all's favorite, the TikTok trend, girl dinner, right?
Yeah.
We've all heard of
Girl
this.
dinner.
Girl dinner, the little song, all of that. What's your version of girl dinner? Like munchy girl dinner, like... What does that look
Definitely like bag of hot chips, lime of course, hot chips with lime, and then a bowl of strawberries. That's all I need. That's all I need for a good dinner.
What kind of hot chips do you like?
The hot Cheetos, the lime hot Cheetos, and then like maybe some whipped cream with my strawberries if I'm feeling fancy.
Okay. No, that's
Yeah.
pretty solid. I feel like there's a lot of food groups in there.
Right? It hits all of them, almost.
I can't do like the heat.
Yeah.
I eat like 3 of them and I'm like, oh my god, help.
That's how I am with Takis. Like, for some reason, Takis mess up my stomach, but hot Cheetos are okay.
Bro, yeah, I was gonna say, like, hot Cheetos have definitely been, like, my dinner, like, so many times. Like, just straight hot Cheetos.
Yeah. Nutritious and delicious.
I'm a big French fry girl. I can eat any type of French fries as long as it has like sauce on the side. You can throw some cheese on top. I've eaten it for dinner so many times after my shift at the Glassmith.
Do you like a crinkle or like a waffle?
I'm not picky.
Okay.
Just as long as there's a lot.
Right?
Yeah, more surface area the better.
Period.
That post Glassmith girl dinner hits different.
I
too.
know.
Like West Campus just put you through the ringer.
Yeah.
Some hot chips, strawberries, French fries. Like you're set.
I should have put acai bowl in there from
Oh
Diogo's.
yes!
Yeah.
Shout out Diogo.
Shout out
Pastoria,
Diogo.
Sao Paulo. Their acai bowls to die for. 2 doors down from the Glassmith West Campus. I always go the route of, okay, hear me out.
Okay.
A saltine cracker.
Okay. Just
Peanut.
one.
I make several of these,
Yes.
but a saltine cracker with just a little bit of smooth peanut butter, Jif,
Okay.
preferably, and then a dill pickle slice
Okay.
on top. Peanut butter and pickles. Yes, this is like a thing.
It must be a
I love
first.
both of those things, so, like,
No, okay,
I feel
it's
like-
not as weird as it sounds. You get like the crisp from like the cracker, and then the smooth of the peanut butter, and like it's kind of sweet but not too, and then the pickle is like crunchy and sour, and it's so, I don't know how to describe it other than amazing.
I feel like I could get into it.
I made them at work one time
Uh-huh.
at 6th Street. We were pretty deep in there that night. And I was like, you guys, because they all had heard me talk about it the day before, and they were
Right.
like, that is the weirdest, nastiest thing. I was like, wait a minute. So I went to,
Listen to it.
the grocery store that's like across the street and got the necessary supplies.
Right.
And everybody that tried one liked it. So,
The acid with the peanut butter, I feel like would, I don't know, be a good little
Yeah.
combo.
You sound exactly like my dad. He said he used to eat that for lunch, like when he went to school.
That
He
exact
still
same
loves it.
Combo?
it's
Yeah.
so
Oh,
good.
so it's like a thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I wonder if honey on it would be good. Like peanut butter, honey,
Ooh,
pickle.
maybe.
Probably.
I would love to try. Do y'all have like other like weird food combos that you've always liked or?
I wouldn't say it's, like, too weird, but, like, some people do think it's weird. I don't know. Depends, like, if you tried it or not, I guess. But, like, ketchup mixed with ranch.
Okay. Like I think what's it called? Heinz actually made like a ketchup ranch, or it may have been ketchup and mayo, but some type of sauce they actually like sell.
I know which ones you're talking
It's,
about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially with, like, McDonald's fries.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah, hot take. I do not like ketchup.
Me either.
You don't? Okay.
It's horrible. My
Hot
least
take.
favorite condiment.
Yeah.
Interesting. Y'all don't like tomatoes either?
I love tomatoes.
I don't really like that. That's what's surprising. I don't really like tomato like sauce
Mhm.
or tomatoes, but like I fuck with ketchup.
Yeah. I feel like ketchup doesn't taste like tomatoes too much.
I don't know what it tastes like, but it's weird.
Yeah.
I'm a ranch girly though, all the
Mhm.
way.
Me too.
Weird like combos though. Not one that I really like. The one I don't like though, that a lot of people are like, oh, it's so weird, but I feel like a lot of people like this, but I can't stand it. Is the French fries and ice cream?
I was just thinking that. I love it.
What?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Like Oreo McFlurry, McDonald's fries is gonna hit every single time. I love this is like very oddly specific, but I used to eat it all the time when I was like getting home from school or like in elementary school or whatever. Just like the yellow crunchy hot Cheetos, like the regular cheese ones, and then like a strawberry banana smoothie. Dip those Cheetos in that smoothie, and for some reason
Oh my
it's so
goodness.
good. Yeah, that's probably where my hot Cheeto strawberry love comes from.
Mine's like oddly specific too, but it's like kind of a childhood struggle meal. So I don't know if y'all ever had bologna, but like it tastes superior with only mayonnaise. So I used to eat that, and I was really specific, and I wouldn't eat it if it had anything other than mayonnaise on it.
You got me at bologna.
Okay, so
I don't think I've actually ever tried bologna.
you need to try it, but like you need to like blacken it a little bit. I like it cooked.
Okay. I might have to give it a try. I've always just been scared of it. Like I see it in the Lunchables. Like some Lunchables have bologna, and I'm like, oh, definitely not that one. Like,
Don't get it from Lunchables.
yeah.
So, on the topic of snacks, as you guys may not know, by the time this is aired, it'll probably be open. But we are opening a snack store.
Yes.
Right? The Glassmith presents Billy's Bodega, right next to the Glassmith you know and love in West Campus. Where we're gonna have, guys, hella snacks, okay? Isn't that so exciting?
It's so exciting.
I didn't think the West Campus vibe could get any better. You know, that we could have a bigger presence in the park.
Yes.
You know, but just they've thrown this truck in its spot and made it look so good in a week.
So good so fast. I swear it wasn't looking the deck wasn't even there a few days ago, and I came back from my shift today and I was like, oh my god,
yeah,
I love it.
Shout out Billy, Johnny, and Tracy. They absolutely killed it. It looks so good. And I'm so excited for this thing to be open.
I see it.
Yeah.
No, it looks
Girl,
so
but
good already.
I-
Amari was staining it today. It looks good.
It's the same color blue. The decks connect.
They connect?
Yeah. We're one big corner. You can't walk through the trucks anymore. Yeah. It's so cool. They did such a good job. So come find all of your favorite pre-munchy needs and post-munchy snacks. There we go.
Yes.
All in one spot now. 2512 Rio Grande Street.
2512. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like.
Gonna get some everything you need from eye drops, maybe some perfume for the girlies who don't like to smell.
I feel like I've gotten asked many times if we sell other snacks.
Been asked a lot
or
by customers.
Drinks or gum or
Yeah. The funky chips do
so
well.
now,
Mm-hmm.
So
People love those.
now we will.
love the funky chips. Yeah.
People always come up and ask me, do y'all have drug tests? Or do y'all have anything to get the weed out of my system?
That would be cool. That would be smart. Having there's a few little bottles. I forget what they're called, but
Yeah.
it's there's gray or there's silver, but apparently they get the job done.
Maybe sell those too.
Oh my goodness. Those scare me. And I've heard they all taste really bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a weenie. I can't. That would not be a girl dinner of my choosing. Nope.
Yeah.
So guys, ACL's in town. Weekend 1 was last weekend.
Mhm.
It was crazy. I don't know if y'all tried driving anywhere. Lost cause.
Yeah.
I live on Lamar, So that's the road that kind of intersects with Barton Springs on the side of Zilker.
Okay.
Nightmare fuel.
I bet.
Just all weekend. Did any of y'all go to ACL?
I didn't leave my room, actually.
Oh, true.
But, no, yeah. I heard it was fun for people who did go.
Yeah, I'm going this weekend.
Ooh,
On Friday.
Who are you most excited to see?
I, bit ashamed, I don't really know any of the bands that well. I'm just there for the vibes.
True.
But yeah, I mean, the one person that I'm gonna try to see is Maggie Rogers. I've been listening to her for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just the vibes. I've never been there. I'm graduating, so I think it'd be a good time to go.
Yeah.
No, same. I've never been either. But, like, I didn't really, like... I didn't really know a lot of the artists enough to, like, go this year. But I definitely want to go, like, next year.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go at least once in my life.
Yes.
I've never been either. I agree. I didn't think the lineup was worth the ticket price.
Yeah,
I was kind of like, y'all are crazy. But no, it always looks like a good time. I'm just kind of like, there weren't enough, big name. Because, in the past, they've had, like, in the same weekend, just, like, big name,
like
big
bang
name,
after bang after bang.
It was, like, Travis Scott, like, Waka Flocka, like, Kanye West, SZA, like, all kinds of these, like, huge people. So they've kind of been slacking, in my opinion, for the last couple of years.
Like, they have Kendrick, and then they had Kylie, and then Kylie dropped out.
Yeah.
And Kendrick got 15 minutes before they cut his mic off.
You're lying.
So he had apparently an issue with his flight, and his set was supposed to start at 9. It didn't, or maybe it was 8:30, something like that. But regardless, it didn't start until 9:45. Curfew is 10.
Wow.
They cut his mic. Like, because he obviously was, like, going to keep going. So, like,
Yeah.
all the people who were, like, there for that had spent their money for that. Like, I had friends, like, sneak in to go see that. They got 15 minutes of Kendrick Lamar. So...
I was going to ask, what do y'all think about sneaking in? Because I was thinking about it this weekend, but I don't know. People say, like, the stress isn't worth it, but then I hear so many people make it in successfully.
I've heard it's not hard.
Yeah, I've heard that, too. But then I'm like...
Like, what's the
kind of
worst
scared,
that
what if I'm the one that like,
I would be the one.
They want you to think that, though.
Yeah, I'm a total wimp. I feel like, because people have told me, it was like, you just can't look, like, suspicious. I'm like, I'm gonna look suspicious. There's just no way around it. I'm gonna look scared out of my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, for ACL, I've always seen that Greta Van Fleet has always been in the lineup. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but, like, they're, like, a band that I found in high school. And I was, like, crushing on each and every one of them, but they're not in this lineup, so the one time I do go, they're not, like, in there. But yeah, one day I'll see them.
I consider sneaking in.
Yeah.
We
should.
But
It depends
my
on...
friends weren't down, so I was like, dang, I can't do it by myself.
Right?
guys.
Like, then you're really suspicious.
It depends on... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. I just heard one of my roommate's friends were doing it, and I was like, wow, people really do this. Like, it's a possibility. But
It depends on what sneaking in entails, I think, for me. You know what I mean? Like, if we're, like, hopping fences, like, running at full speed, but, like, if we just have to, like, slip through a hole in the fence and, like, not get seen, because...
a little adventure.
Yeah.
They're not gonna take you to prison. Like, it's just gonna be like...
then throw me in Zilker Park jail.
Yeah.
Okay. Like...
Yeah. I thought it was just, like, kind of slip in through a crowd, like, whenever they, like, let a lot of people in. Or...
Yeah, that's the other thing. There's hella people.
Yeah.
Like, you could just so go unnoticed.
I might have to.
I've heard they slipped in, like, through, like, backstage place, so, like, in my mind, they just, like, start carrying something through the back and, like, oh, yeah, I'm part of the crew, like, don't mind me.
Get a few cones, like, yeah, I'm just helping set up.
You look like you're carrying something heavy. Yeah. I don't know, it just kind of, like, outside of the festival. It takes over the, like, whole city for, like, a month out of the year, 2 whole weekends, and it's, like, right before Halloween, too, and so I'm just kind of like, you know, they turned Barton Springs into like all one lane now with like no merge sign
Yeah.
for them to just, you know, like put these, you know, metal barricades and stuff up, and I'm like, this is not worth it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always interesting the lengths they'll go to, you know, because I feel like at this point it's definitely a contest, you know, of like Austin. You know, we're trying to put ourselves on the map so hard. Like,
So
we
bad.
want to do it like Lollapalooza. We want to do it like, what's the other one?
Coachella.
Coachella, yeah.
We want to be Coachella.
I don't know. I just can't get down with it.
Yeah. And, like, there's, like, creators, like, big creators coming, like, all the way down for ACL. Like, I feel like it was better when it was just Austin, you know? But
You think it will though?
be...
Like get there?
I think so. I think it definitely could if they make this lineup better.
Yeah. And then I'd be willing to pay what they're asking
Yeah.
for a ticket. So that's the other thing about these festivals is the outfits that people wear. I don't know if y'all saw lately, my first thought when I saw this pair of shoes was I was like, those would be so comfy to like wear to like something like this where you're like
Yeah.
standing, but still need to have some drip, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Crocs came out with boots. Like, you know, people wear like cowboy boots and you like hats, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh my god, it's my ACL fit.
No, yeah.
I feel like
Roots-
that would be so comfy.
Croots.
I heard them and I was like why are they doing the
Cruise.
most like
Doing the
no, why are they doing the most? Like, first it's the platform shoes, and then it's the slides, and then it's like all this. And I'm like, they were fine with just their clogs. Like, their clogs are fire, but no, these boots I would wear. These boots ate. Like, they did something with these. For sure.
Austin, can we insert a picture of the Croots
Nah,
right here?
Like,
Yeah, they're kind of fire. Like, definitely something that you have to like own if
Mhm.
you're gonna wear it. Like, fuck it, I am wearing
Yeah.
these Croots. I'm not letting them wear
I'm
me.
wearing these boots.
You know, just go all the way.
Yeah.
So you don't look like goofy.
For
I don't know, because I feel like I would feel goofy, so therefore I would look goofy.
Yeah.
You know?
Anything looks good with a good fit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think like low key goofy fits is the new ungoofy. I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah. Like those T-shirts that people wear, like the funny graphic tees that just like say whatever. Like,
Yeah. Have you seen those Mickey Mouse boots like people wear?
Oh, the big red
Yeah.
boots. What brand
Oh,
were those?
yeah,
Like
I
Moschino
don't know.
or something?
the big chunky ones.
Yes.
Rubber ones. Yeah, those were like I don't know what those were.
I
That
think
was a
that's
social experiment.
where they-
Yeah.
That may have been where they got their inspiration.
That's what I was thinking.
I saw. Did you see the photos of it? Was Giancarlo Esposito? If you know him from A Various Innocent, he's Gus from Breaking Bad.
Okay.
He modeled for the company that makes the big red boots. They made yellow ones with holes cut out and straps on the back. So it was this big red boots company, X Crocs. And he was the model for the promo pictures.
Did those look better than the red ones?
No. Those looked goofy. But
Yeah.
it was Giancarlo Esposito, and the rest of his fit was hard. He had like a bright yellow beanie on, with the rest of it was all black. I was like, see, but I wouldn't look like that.
Yeah.
I would look like a traffic cone. But yeah, if I had to pick the big red boot Crocs or the Croots, I think I'm going Croots.
I'm going Croots all the way. I would wear the Croots on a regular Wednesday. Like,
Pull up to the Glassmith for your shift and the Croots.
for real. I literally might have to get me a pair. If y'all see them. But I didn't like the big red boots, and so I saw this one, like, it's like this older guy on TikTok, like he's like an old man kind of, but he just like puts on fits, and he wore them and he looked so good. Like, I don't know if we can like put in a little but it was good. Yeah.
No, he's so cute. I love this man. I know exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, he looks hard as fuck, and he's like old.
Like, he's
Like,
pretty old. He's like
he's-
has to be like
I don't know.
60s, 70s, or maybe 80s.
I'll send it because I guarantee you now that we've said something about it, I'll open my phone later and it will just be like right there. So I'll send
Yeah.
it to you.
Apple listens.
Yeah, no, for real. Oh my goodness.
Okay, man. Let me start with a short one, I guess. This one's titled "I," which she's a 35 female, am disgusted by my husband, who's 37. To keep it short, we have 3 kids. The youngest is 6 months. I was slightly overweight when my husband and I met when I was 26, and I've steadily gained a few pounds every year since then. My husband is the same, slightly overweight and has steadily gained. Over the last several months, I've been trying really hard to lose weight and get healthy. I'm below what I weighed when I met my husband and look pretty good. Ever since this change, my husband seems happier. We have sex more, he's generally nicer and more romantic with me. This makes me literally hate him. I can't stand being around him and try so hard to pretend everything is okay. He says nice things to me or does nice things and I have to leave the room to go cry. All of this because I've lost weight. I'm so devastated that he's treating me so differently. I feel like he never really loved me. My feelings for him have been the same no matter what his weight was. I don't know. I just don't know how to get over this or if I even can, question mark. Takes.
Damn, girl.
Not trash. He's trash.
I don't know. Am I bad for thinking she lost, she looks great. Like, her husband's like, wow, like, you look great. Like, I love you. But it doesn't, I feel like how he's treating her now doesn't mean he didn't treat her, love her before. Unless he was just treating her like shit before. But then why did she marry him?
Yeah.
I don't think he was treating her right before. At least he wasn't treating her like that.
Like, is this, him, his new over affection is, making her realize, wow, you didn't love me before? Or you didn't feel this way about me before? Or maybe it's, I don't know, even just, her dedication to, look good and, wow, I'm so proud of you. I'm just gonna give you all this love now because, wow, this is my girl.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know, maybe he's just a piece of shit. I don't know.
If it was a noticeable night and day difference,
Yeah.
this guy sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he was treating you bad before, why were you with him anyway? I don't know.
I feel like she might need to talk to him. Yeah.
True. Communicate.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like she's just holding this inside. Maybe she'll get an honest response from him, and then he might give a really honest answer, and then that's how you know.
Yeah.
If he's worth it or not.
There you go. Yeah. Ask your husband, not Reddit.
But no, yeah, maybe it's time for her to move on. If she's disgusted and has to leave the room, what can you do?
Oh, damn, girl.
Damn
Okay,
girl.
ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. This one's called she's 28, refused to sign my marriage license at my wedding to her husband who's 28, and now I think I should leave him. Okay. It's been 1 month since my wedding with Fred. They're just going to call him Fred. And I'm refusing to sign our marriage license, and now I am honestly considered leaving him. For 6 years, I believe Fred and I were on the same page about what we wanted from one another in our future. We agreed, as he made this point very well, we didn't want children, ever. And I made it clear before and during the wedding plan that I wasn't changing my last name, ever. He agreed to this. I am an only child, while Fred has 3 brothers. My last name dies with me, while his family's last name continues on with his 3 brothers, who are all married with children, and with all considered and points made on these facts, I believe there wasn't an issue because Fred agreed to it. I personally hate the tradition of taking on the husband's last name, and my personal every right to have an opinion for all of you ready to jump on me in the comments. It's an archaic tradition that feels more like the transfer of property to a man than a union. And even though I'm never having children, even the thought of someone else's last name being attached to my hypothetical child, if I do all 9 months of creating it and wrecking my bod, just doesn't sit right with me. On top of that, why should I have to change my registered IDs and documentations just because I'm a woman? It's not fair. So it's our wedding day, and Fred really pushed to have a ceremony in front of everyone where we sign our marriage license together. He was first to go, and when it was my turn, he held his hand placed really weirdly on the document. I told him to move his hand. We had an awkward, quiet battle about it, and when he finally did, I saw what he was hiding. It was his job to fill out all the forms for the license since he offered to do that for me, so I had one less thing to worry about. And he went behind my back and purposely filled it out so that I would be taking his last name. Turns out in Florida, you can put your maiden name and the name you're changing it to on the form, and that's what I saw on the license, both names. We were at the clerk together with all of our needed IDs and documentations, and I was so stressed and exhausted I wasn't paying attention, and I fucking trusted him, so I never thought once in any world I would need to review what he filled out or even review the license when we had it in hand. I refused to make a scene in front of all of our friends and family or fall into pressure I was under, so I pretended to sign it, and the rest of the night was ruined for me. Everything I thought we agreed to and all my preferences he knew about and thought he respected were fucking destroyed. It was like my world was ending and what it should have been the best day of my life. Fred is now a completely different person. He's all about tradition now, and it's his right to have a wife with his last name. How it's embarrassing that his brother's wives didn't make this an issue for them, and how all of his friends will give him shit if he doesn't change it. He keeps saying that it's not that big of a deal and I'm ruining our future. On top of that, he keeps bringing up the child argument, saying we can't both have different last names and they should take mine. We said we didn't want kids. I know this is technically the certificate that changes your last name, but to know this is what he wanted all along and that he was willing to try and pull one over on me is disgusting. I feel manipulated and heartbroken. And now he's put all the pressure on me to make a decision because time is running out on filing for a marriage certificate, and he isn't changing his mind. I feel like I've wasted our guest time, and our family's money for the wedding, and now our future together because I let him fool me for 6 years and never saw this happening to me. I feel like I've wasted my life and I'm backed into a corner with someone I don't even recognize anymore. Would you change your last names? What do you guys feel on that? And then take on this situation?
Leave him.
Divorce him.
Run in the other direction.
Please.
Like,
this was the
sprint.
sign. If you needed a sign, this was the sign. Like, wow.
That's horrible. What a liar, scammer, cheater.
For real, just switching up, like, at the end.
I know. And then, like, to try to cover up her name and make her sign something. Like, honestly, she should have signed him and then sued. Because why are you making me sign a document I didn't agree to? But
Yeah, she emphasized that the husband was like, it's no big deal, but if it wasn't a big deal, you wouldn't have literally hid the name on the sign or gone behind her back. If he's going to betray your trust now, he's definitely going to betray your trust later.
period.
So, get away from him.
And then about changing last name, like, my mom actually didn't change her last name. So, like, she kept her maiden last name. And, like, my dad didn't have a problem with it. Like, he was like, period, like, you do you. Because my mom was a pharmacist, so she didn't want to, like, change her last name. And then, like, she planned on, like, leaving her pharmacy that she was at to open up her own new one. And she was like, I don't want my clients, like, not be able to find me because I changed my last name to, like, Smith instead of Sam. And he was like, okay, valid, like, period, independent woman. Like, I'm not going to make you take my name, you know? And, like, we all, like, all the kids, like, we all have, like, my dad's name, but, like, she still has hers. And, like, I don't know, I've always wanted to replicate that. Like, I want to keep my name. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. The changing the last name stuff, it should be based on, like, a loving decision and not, like, making your significant other, like, feel like property. I feel like that's what the man is trying to do.
His right to have a wife with his...
It's my right.
I'm sorry, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Your right? Yeah, that gives ownership vibes,
Yeah.
no.
What do you guys think? Would y'all take y'all's husband's last name, or would you want to keep it?
I would probably dump mine and take theirs for I think it's funny, like the same reason that he gives or she gives, kind of, just for the other side of the argument, I guess. I'm an only child. I don't have brothers or sisters, so my last name dies with me. Oh well.
Yeah.
Especially if it's better. Mine's like not horrible,
Yeah.
but like there are better last names out there than Strickland. So
Yeah.
fingers crossed.
I do like the idea, like, of a combined one though, like keeping mine.
That's what I...
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But not behind my back. No,
Like,
I've talked about it.
hyphenated, like, little, you know.
Yeah. I only have brothers, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I kind of like the idea of, like, taking his last name in the sense of, like, oh, he's with me, or, like, I'm with him,
Yeah.
like that.
Like,
What about when, like, men get their, like, wives, take their wife's last name? I've heard about that.
really?
True.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it just shows kind of how much the guy loves her, because in all of the things that you're thinking about marriage, the biggest argument you're gonna have is, like, which last name you're gonna take. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to love each other. It's not supposed to be that big of a deal.
Yeah. Whoever's name sounds better at the end of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just, stay as you are. Like, that's chill.
Yeah.
Like, both keep your name. No big deal.
Yeah. Like, you both have a ring.
No, for real, yeah.
But she did make a good point. Like, the woman has to change like all of her legal documents, like her
Yeah.
driver's license, like
I never thought about it like that.
yeah, and
Like, are your documents?
That are like so much of a pain in the ass.
yeah.
Like the DMV, because I got married.
Mhm.
Woo! Sounds like wedding bells.
yeah.
Like,
Okay, you ready for the next one? Okay, this one's called she's 35, discovered my husband, who's 38, infidelity in his double life thanks to a post on Facebook.
yikes, always Facebook.
Yeah.
My husband and I have been married for 10 years and have 2 children together. He travels often. I also want to say that about 8 months ago, I discovered that I was infected with an incurable STD. He blamed me for this, saying that I was the unfaithful one. Well, I was browsing Facebook in a mother's group. In that group, it is help. It is for children. It is for help with children to ask for donations, share experiences, and memes. A mother shared that she would give her husband a laxative tea so he wouldn't go to a soccer game the next day. It was all mockery and laughter in the comments of the post and telling her to update the result. I'm a person who likes to read comments. Unfortunately, I saw a profile that had a photo of a woman with my husband in it. I started watching, and apparently they got married civilly. My husband created another profile, but it has a different name and surname. I think that child has his false last name because she uploaded a post when she went to register the child's birth certificate and placed the full name there as if she were proud of it. I posted it in the same group. Now that they give the option to post anonymously, several gave me advice, and we deduced that possibly the other lady didn't know because of what she shared on her profile. I wrote to her and was surprised that bitch did know that he was married. They have been married for 2 years and their baby is approximately 14 months old.
What?
Although they are not technically married, their marriage is not valid. I hired a lawyer. I took all the evidence and I am now in the divorce process. Since when I complained, he preferred her. He left the house to live with her. Besides, he refused to give me alimony, claiming that he has another child to support, and that if he has to give alimony to my children, he will seek the minimum payment even if he has to quit his job. How do I proceed with my life? I think I feel very limited in rebuilding my life because of the STD and my children.
Wow.
Sorry for my English. I'm not American. That's why it's hard to do.
That is literally the worst thing I've ever heard ever.
Wow, what in the Lifetime movie, Lifetime show? Like, that's insane.
For real.
That's insane.
But like, what would y'all do? Like, so put yourself in their shoes. Like, how do you proceed with life? Do you like what?
At that point, like, cut your losses and get your fucking bag. Sue his ass into the next century.
Literally.
Like, for everything he's got for now, for the rest of ever. Like,
Yeah, there's gotta be like
that's gotta be illegal or something.
Yeah.
Nah. Oh
Like-
my god.
it's like implied that he gave her the STD, right?
from
From
this
this-
person.
So the lady
Yeah.
had an
Yeah.
STD, gave him an STD. That bitch. Like,
Yeah,
that bitch.
for real.
Wow. Mm.
Love it.
And like, she knew the whole time.
We hate a homewrecker.
Mm-mm.
It's not very girl of you.
Mm-mm.
I'm a firm believer in like justice will come, so I think that you should just get out now. I feel like in a bittersweet sense, you're getting off the hook, so get out as soon as you can, and then figure it out from there. I honestly think whatever will come to them sooner or later. So don't even worry about them.
Karma is a real thing. This is true.
Yeah. I
It's
think I'd
also-
have. Oh no, go ahead.
Oh my bad. Because also fuck the cheater too.
Yeah.
Like, because you put your wife at risk.
Exactly.
And also, that's just wild. Like, whole fake marriage and everything.
Yeah.
Another
10
kid.
years, 2
Yeah.
kids. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'd have to go to women after that. I'd have to start dating women after that. Because, yeah, no. Mm-mm.
I pray for all the best for that 14-month-old baby. Like, I don't know how they are now, but he's being raised by 2 very bad people, so.
Oh, yeah.
How old was their kid that she had?
14 months.
They just said they had 2 children together. Yeah, the 14 months is for the
It's
for
for
one
the
of the fake family.
the fake family.
Yeah.
But
And
for
then-
the married couple, it's 10 or younger.
So like they're like conscious. Like damn.
Yeah.
Probably.
Hey, Reddit man.
What do you think about them giving the baby the fake last name? Like not a kid,
Bro.
like just like the
That's-
name came from nowhere. Like
For
it's
real.
a fake last
So-
name. When he gets older, like,
The
what do you
links some people will go to. It makes me feel sane. It makes
Yeah.
me feel like a good person. You know what I mean? Because that is absolutely batshit bonkers. The
I don't-
fake last name, bro. That kid is stuck with that forever. I don't know if y'all have ever looked into this. It's like $2,500 to legally change your name.
I was gonna ask like, how
Okay,
much
yeah.
it is it to legally change?
I know that's for first name. I don't know for last
Last
name. If it's different, like if you get
It's
married.
probably even like more complicated.
It's probably even
Or like if you just want to do it for shits and giggles, I'm sure they
Yeah.
probably would charge you quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's
maybe
fucked up.
maybe in that scenario, like that baby, if they're a boy, like they would change it to their wife's last name, because it's
Mm,
you know.
there you go.
Yeah, just wait till they get married.
For real.
Okay, you ready for this is gonna be the last one.
Okay.
Or I can do more, but
How much time we got left?
it's 37 right now. So probably a little less than like 35. But this one's a doozy, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it says the title is she's 22, boyfriend, he's 24, cheated on me whilst high on acid because he thought it was me.
Wait, what?
That's crazy.
Okay. My partner and I joined our friends on a trip to the beach to try acid for the first time. There were only 5 of us, 2 boys and 3 girls, 2 couples, 1 extra girl. We took acid while there was still sunlight because apparently it takes ages to take effect. And we spent this time drinking beer near our tents with a campfire going on. Mind you, as we were descending into tripping balls on acid, we were also getting quite drunk. I'm a very lightweight, so I didn't have much to drink. My partner, on the other hand, had plenty. When it started to kick, it was fun. It was funny. It felt like the sand was grassy, and I kept hearing Billie Eilish singing to my ear when it was really the wind blowing so hard it was whistling. So this is where it goes downhill. Maybe like 4 or 5 hours later, I decided to go on a walk and had 2 friends join me because I couldn't go to sleep. My partner wanted to stay in our tent because he wasn't feeling well, so I said sure. Our other male friend, who was coming to walk with me, told his girlfriend to stay with my boyfriend so that she could look after him in case anything goes wrong. We thought all was well until we got back. When we returned, first thing I heard was just obnoxious moaning and breathing. Me and the others panicked, so we immediately went to my boyfriend's tent, and lo and behold, both naked, someone's girlfriend on top of my boyfriend. I ended up vomiting and passing out on the shore, but I heard a lot of yelling and crying. I woke up being in my tent and saw my boyfriend sleeping next to me.
Oh my god, no.
Honestly, I had to really think whether I hallucinated him cheating or that it really happened. Our other friend's girlfriend had apparently left the night without letting any of us know, so there were only 4 of us. My partner's excuse was that he genuinely thought the girl was me. The smell, the eyes, the hair, etc. When I realized it was all real, I just cried and had been crying since. I've never felt so broken, betrayed, confused, and hurt all at the same time. I wanted to make excuses for him and think maybe that was just a mistake, but he full on cheated. 4 years down the drain, just like that. I've been staying at my sister's since we got back, but he hasn't stopped texting/calling me to apologize and say that he's disgusted of himself and that he genuinely thought it was me. I haven't spoke to him since, but I'm so tempted to, but I miss him. I'm just so hurt. I'm so confused. Should I break up with him for it? And then she put an edit. He's been planning to propose for me for a month. He apparently made a custom order for an engagement ring to suit what I specifically like. Told him that he can forget about proposing as he fucked up big time. For context, the night it happened, he said that it was so dark in the tent that he could barely see anything and that the only light source was a campfire behind the tent. He wasn't wrong in that part, but surely you could feel and hear the difference. The girl had a deeper voice and I did and smelled entirely different from me. She was also blonde. I dyed my hair straight ginger. Dropping the proposal bomb on me just left me more confused and torn. How am I supposed to break up with him when he's been planning this all along? I feel like the asshole now when I know I'm not. He knows I've been waiting for him to propose for over a year now. There's also a part 2, but Let's hear your takes if you want to hear them.
Have y'all ever done acid?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it like, do you think it's like a valid or like reasonable thing that he just like didn't know?
No.
Okay.
Like,
and I've also, you know, tripped with my partner at the time. And, you know, that's very much a type of substance where it makes you, you know, feel your feelings, like, to their fullest extent. Like, take every emotion you have and multiply it by 10. And, you know, so when we would trip, like, the thought of anybody else was just like, oh, you know, I would look at this person and, like, I felt like my heart was literally about to explode at the time. Not anymore. But, you know, that's just how, you know, this makes you feel. And, like, yes, the walls melt, but faces don't morph.
yeah.
Like, you know what you're looking at. That, I think, is, like, the worst excuse I have ever heard. Because at that point, what? He said, like, 5 or 6 hours in, you're probably not drunk anymore. Definitely
not drunk.
And you're not peaking, like, at all. You've come and gone, for the most part, or definitely, like, on the come down. So, no. No. And I feel like the proposal thing was kind of just like a cash grab.
Yeah.
Of like, fuck, I've got to hit her with something so she doesn't just walk out the door right now because my excuse is bullshit. That's my take.
Yeah. I agree 1,000%. Like, because why would he's been calling her, trying to hit her up, and then he's like, oh, I know what to say. I can say I was going to do this. Like, now she can't leave. But, yeah. He definitely, like, that girl came in to watch him. It was definitely all planned. And, like, they thought they could get away with it and then just use being on acid as an excuse. Don't fall for it, girl.
Yeah.
No.
Don't fall for it.
Like, you think they were messing around before?
Oh, shit.
Probably. They probably, like, I mean, they were all friends, so they all hung out. So they probably definitely just had some, like, tension between them. Like, the girlfriend and that boyfriend. And then they were like, oh, this is perfect. Like, especially, I wonder if it was their idea to do the acid. Or, like, whose idea was it to do acid and go to the beach, you know?
To the beach? Yeah. That's
Yeah.
like, in the tent, bro.
In the tent.
Yeah. Like, if it was...
They, like, took that shit out there.
What's this part 2?
You want the part 2?
True?
Yeah.
Okay, so it says, this is the final update. It says, so much has happened in the past hour. Our friend was able to get, okay, so like
She comes right back to Reddit.
so like apparently the girl that he cheated, like, that did the thing, like, left that night, right? And they didn't ever hear from her again. Just context. So much has happened in the past hour. Our friend was able to get in touch with the girl who was caught by my partner because he went to the girl's house and no one ended up being there. I'll try to break it down as best as I can, starting with my partner, who called off work to come over to me so we could sit down and talk about it once and for all. Anyways, from his perspective, while being alone in the tent, he couldn't tell whether he was asleep or not. He thinks his eyes were open, but it wouldn't make a difference whether he blinked or stared into the abyss. He said he was really dizzy but really hyper, but then also really tired, and that all these feelings made him nauseous to a point where he needed to throw up, just enough for him to feel he needed to lie down and relax. He said he heard the tent open, but he didn't react because he naturally thought it was me. He said, you go into bed, as the girl he thought was me just plummeted herself onto the sheets next to him. He couldn't recall whether he heard a response, but he felt a kiss on his arm. He went in to spoon her and say goodnight until he felt a kiss on his lips. He kissed back and it progressed from there. He said he consented with his body as he thought it was me, but not because he was hallucinating, but because he couldn't see anything. He had his eyes closed most of the time because he couldn't see anyways, apparently. Then they got naked and she straddled him. They didn't have intercourse, but instead were dry humping naked.
That's worse.
He said he couldn't even feel anything, as if no one was on top of him. Then the tents were ripped open and he thought it was just her closing it behind her, but it was us. Then he saw us and got really confused. This was when he thought that maybe he was hallucinating, hence the no reaction. He thought that there was no way he could see me outside the tent when I was straddling him naked. Then the guy started yelling. The girl got off of him and went out of the tent. He said he forgot he was naked and got so confused as to what was happening. Then he saw me vomit and then pass out. The whole time our guy friend was yelling at him. He carried me back into the tent and stared at me for a good minute. He looked at our friends yelling and asked if this was real. Then he realized it was. That's when he started getting agitated, stressed, and started crying because he realized he just cheated on me. When the girl disappeared, they didn't notice until the guy stopped yelling to ask where the girl what she was doing on top of him, or asked the girl what she was doing on top of him. He told me that the girl never spoke, only moaned. He thought it was me as we had similar hair length and was confusing her eyes for mine whenever he caught a glimpse of light on her. I gave him a hug when he finished explaining. We were both crying at this point, still are. I asked him if he needs help reporting this girl to the police, and he said no. He said that he thinks she confused him for her partner too, and I said there's obviously absolutely no way that happened when she could see her boyfriend across the shore walking with me. He said that he didn't feel assaulted because he was reacting to it with the same energy, but that it was definitely weird finding out it wasn't me in the end. Still, I urged him to think about it carefully and offer my support because I know how disgusting and weird it is to even think that we'd get raped by the same people we trusted, but that it needed to be addressed. He said he'll think about it. I said my side and how I saw it. Then we sat in silence for a while and ended up talking about the good moments that happened that night. We were both relieved when we talked about it, and it felt like he was telling the truth. I've known the man for 5 years, and he physically cannot lie. He said that he understands why I thought he cheated because he also thinks he cheated. He brought up the proposal because he was terrified of losing me, but admitted to the bad timing of it. I shared my own guilt and apologized for leaving him in the hands of someone else, for allowing it to go that far, for everything. Now he's taking a shower and going back to work after I'm shaking as I type this. As for the girl, buckle the fuck up. We finally heard from her, from our guy friend, and apparently she'd been MIA because she was in the fucking hospital. She got her phone taken away by her mom. Our friend went to the girl's house because he was sick of waiting for a response, and no one ended up being home. Then he got the mom's number from a neighbor that they were close with and called her, then was able to speak to the girl. Fucking weird if you ask me, question mark. Her own mom told our friend she was home safe, but she'd been in the hospital this whole time. She said she left because of how disgusted she felt when she realized what she had done. She said she just wanted to lie down but confused our tent to be theirs. They were the same color, parentheses. When she heard my partner say, "You going to bed," she said that she thought he said no sex, and immediately heard her boyfriend's voice instead of mine, as in confused my boyfriend's voice for her boyfriend's voice. So she initiated small kisses, and when he reciprocated, she was reassured that it was indeed her boyfriend, completely forgotten about the fact that he was 20 footsteps away from her, completely forgotten that she was asked to watch my partner in case anything happens. And so when she realized what she had done, she left without saying anything and took an Uber home, then jumped out of the moving fucking car because she thought the car wasn't moving, and that the car wasn't moving because she was home. Ended up fracturing her arm, staying longer in the hospital for suicidal ideation, and getting infections, and I think she's being fined for endangering herself and others for being high on acid. She did end up saying that she accepts whatever happens to her, whether we report what happened or beat her up, etc. Our friend said she sounded very remorseful and worried for all of us, especially my partner and I. She said herself that she thinks she raped him because she was the one who had initiated it. We are waiting to hear more from him about her, and he's on his way to visit her. A lot about it is still very unclear and doesn't add up. Needless to say, I am both relieved and horrified to have heard both parties' perspective. This has been such a big fucking day. It doesn't feel real. I will continue to work on this and may probably need therapy. The situation ended up being a lot bigger than me, and I feel the only ones to blame were ourselves. We allowed this situation to happen, and it didn't matter if it was intentional or not. We were irresponsible and really stupid. We thought the beach was an awesome idea for the solitude, silence, and the view, but we didn't factor in the darkness and the consequences of drinking and taking acid at the same time. Hell, one of us could even drown despite the ground rules we put out, and despite it being low tide that night. It was really, really dumb and set up to fail from the very beginning. As for our relationship, coming to an agreement to have some space between us physically, as it felt like it would have been too soon to start sleeping on the same bed and getting therapy together. We'll talk about this more after the shower, and I'm going to continue to stay at my sister's, but I'll also be seeing him regularly to support, or to continue supporting each other. We're still both shaken up and quite traumatized from it all, but we're both willing to work it out. We've heard one another and decided to trust each other, and obviously created very heavy boundaries regarding drugs and alcohol. I'm not the type to develop trust issues, so I'm hoping healing from this will be easier than how everyone makes it. For the people who have, I'm not gonna read that part.
Yeah.
Man.
So new
So it's
takes.
like-
Yeah.
Does that change anything?
Yes.
New
More
take.
information?
New take, let's rewind. I thought his eyes were closed, so why did he think their eyes were the same color? Why did he know how long her hair was if it was so dark and he couldn't see her? And, like, he had his eyes closed the whole time. How do you know the eyes were the same color? Like, that is a lie right there. That's a bold-faced lie. That's my take.
Yeah, I just don't think that sounds real, but
It's
like,
not.
good for you, girl. Hope therapy goes well. Hope y'all can move past this together. Like,
Yeah, but so like it was just like a trip gone like really, really, really wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it was acid mixed with alcohol, so.
Which you should never do.
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
Don't take those drugs.
PSA.
your discretion advised.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah.
So like, would you forgive him? Would you do what she did and have like continue the relationship, but like with boundaries, or would you just cut it all?
Well, like
I would forgive him.
That's hard.
I-
And they didn't fuck?
They
So-
dry humped. I feel like that's so much worse. Like, no. Oh, God. But maybe not.
but
Maybe not.
like they didn't realize it was each other. They like who
That's
it
what
was.
they
or
say.
Both
See,
of them didn't.
that's
realize.
what
That would eat me away forever. Of like, you say you love me, and like, my brain would take it to like, I'm like that, like, replaceable? Like, so you think someone else is like, just, it's that easy?
Yeah.
Like, what? Yeah, I think that would like ruin my life
But,
over
like,
this, but
it ended up like even the girl said like she felt like she raped him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm.
So like
It's all part of the plan. Nah. But, I mean, I can see. I think it's really good that they are like trusting each other and doing therapy. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could trust
Yeah,
and
no.
do therapy after that. But
therapy's a good move.
yeah.
Have y'all ever been camping?
Yes.
No.
yes.
Because like I will attest, like in a tent when you're camping, it's pitch black, dark in there. Like you cannot see anything, and then like
Yeah.
combined with the acid, it's just. And I trusted her a little bit because she jumped out of a
She just
fucking
like she was
movie.
obviously
Yeah.
not sane
She
was
in the mind.
obviously not thinking right,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Buckle the fuck up. It was a good preface.
Yeah.
yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but
No, that's
No.
that's so horrible and awful and hard. Like,
Yeah.
It's like an awkward position to be in, like as like the girlfriend, I guess, because she doesn't know whether to like she doesn't know how to feel about it.
and she'll have to wonder like
Mhm.
forever.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. In like a broader picture, I guess. Do you guys believe in second chances? Like, let's say, like your partner did cheat, but he was so sorry about it. What do y'all believe in second chances? Like giving another.
I believe in second chances. Maybe not with cheating, but in that specific situation,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah. I don't know. From all the stories I've heard of acid and stuff, I just feel like it turns your brain like inside out. I don't know. That's based on trust. The girls
Yeah.
just gotta like base it on trust.
And if she said he never lies, like, what if he's just a really good liar? What if you never knew that he lied? But,
I know that part stuck with me.
yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm a bad liar, so I think I would like make it really obvious that I was lying. So I'm like, okay, like if you've known him for 5 years and you know his tells, then that's on you. Like you just gotta trust that.
Yeah. I also feel like good liars will make themselves seem like bad liars so they can get away
Really?
with more.
Oh, jeez, it's like psychopath.
Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking too much.
No, be on your guard.
Yeah, I don't know. The trust issues are talking now. But
I don't know. Like, I like to, you know, be like, no, but oh my god, I do give second chances.
Yeah.
I do. Well, because if it's just like, I don't know, I love to see the best things in people, like no matter what. Because that's just how I've found it easiest. Bless you. Oh,
thank you.
Good catch.
Thank you.
Um,
Training.
Have you ever had to give a second chance in a relationship?
yes.
Really?
Was it worth it?
Do tell.
Well, maybe too much.
If you want to.
I think it's always worth it. You know what I mean? Maybe not for, you know, like extreme circumstances. You know, like obviously, like there are lines to be drawn here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's always worth it if, you know, like listen to yourself and like fuck it. If it's like, oh my god, I sound crazy, but like fourth time's the charm. Like that's, you know, everybody's different. Every situation is different. Every circumstance is different. So, yeah, it's hard to just be like, no, I don't give second chances when it's like, who knows?
I feel like I'm the same way about like giving second chances when it comes to like general like fuck ups in like relationships, or like actually I mean I've forgiven a lot, but I don't know about cheating. Like I don't know if I could forgive that one.
I will say, the one time I gave the dude who cheated on me a second chance, what did he do?
He cheated.
Yeah. I just feel like it would eat me up. Like I would be able to think about.
I know.
That means you're like a good, normal person who like cares about how your actions like impact the people you love, and some people don't think that way. Liars, scammers, and cheaters. Sounds like this dude, but no, the guy in the Reddit thread. I was pointing at the computer, not our wonderful producer behind the camera, Austin. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Shade?
Nah.
I feel like I'm definitely more keen to like giving second chances when it comes to friendships. Like a friend is like, I don't know, like I don't know, just like normal things. I feel like I'm very like forgiving, like, oh, like don't worry about it, like, oh, you can't go out tonight, like it's fine, like I get it, you know what I mean? Or I guess it's not a second chance. I guess that's just understanding as a friend. Yeah. But I agree with you though, like if it's like little things, like second chances, because like people make mistakes, nobody's perfect. But when it comes to cheating, I don't know if I could.
Yeah. I guess I would totally be on her side if she were to say, I'm not going to be with him anymore. But just in this specific circumstance, I feel like she's also justified in staying with him. Or at least having some space.
Therapy.
Yeah, it's for real.
That's the winner. Yeah.
In my psychology class, there was like this poll on cheating. And so like girls versus guys. So do y'all think physical cheating is worse? Like if they were to have intercourse? Or do y'all think, well, not even in this specific circumstance, but or do you think emotional cheating, like your partner is like
falls in love with
somebody else, but they never touch, they just like to be each other, they like the teachers described it as like they just like being in each other's presence, like they like all the same movies, they like all the same foods, they like all the same things, like they just go out and hang out together all the time, they just love being together? Or would it be worse if they just have intercourse one time, never see each other again, don't have each other's social medias, live in a different country, like never see each other again, but they had that one physical sexual interaction? Which one is worse?
I think emotional is worse for me. It's like way worse. But still like physical is still like, you know, terrible. Yeah. Like it would still feel like,
I feel like that's a lot easier to move past than like the internalness of the emotional cheating.
Like you can at least like convince yourself like convince yourself like like it was nothing, like you know.
Well, just one time, like it takes time to like fall in love with somebody. And like you're like fucking hanging out all the time. Oh my god, I would be ill.
Like,
I would be sick.
But the results of it was, I'm so sorry. But the results of the poll is super interesting. So like, according to like older scientific studies, guys progressively, well, oh damn, I guess I should have asked before I said this. But like Austin, like what do you think?
Which one's worse?
Like as a guy, like which one do you think is worse?
Sexual or emotional?
Like for a girl, like if your girlfriend were to sexually cheat on you or emotionally cheat on you with somebody else.
Probably sexually.
Yeah, that was the result. So like according to scientific studies, it's like guys overwhelmingly think physical cheating is worse, and girls think emotional cheating is worse, like by far. And like in the class, like the split, like the poll for guys was split 50-50, which is like actually insane for a poll to be split 50-50. But half of guys said emotional, half of guys said physical, and girls it was like 75% said emotional, 25% said physical. And then they connected it back to like thousands and thousands of years ago of like why this probably is according to like evolutionary theories, but like I don't want to go too far. I've already talked too much about that, but that was just interesting. You know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know why men like. I don't know.
Why do you think
Yeah.
that? I was gonna.
I know.
There's a man. Right?
I want to see if it's like the same as what they said is probably why.
Yeah.
Men, so.
Well, you know, it's like that long like debate about like, is it okay if your girlfriend has guy friends? Like, do you really want to be that guy that's like, oh, you can't have any guy friends because like I'm a jealous monster. Also, like I don't know, like gay best friends or something like that. You know, I feel like friends is chill, but cheating is like, I remember like cheating isn't one mistake. It's like a progression of mistakes. Like you have to like get in the car, go to the place, get the drinks, go back to his place.
Yeah,
like it's so much more deliberate than like say just hanging out.
Just
and,
happening.
like, finding someone that like you click with, you know? So it's like you're intentionally doing something to me when you're cheating, but you're not, like maybe you're not intentionally doing it if you're just having fun with somebody else.
And then you end up falling in love with them, you know?
Yeah.
They said it was because like, so like when a woman has a baby, they know automatically that's mine. And so like thousands of years ago, before they had like DNA testing and like paternal testing and everything, before a guy could like definitively say that is my child, they only had to believe what the woman would say. So it would like, they would just be like, yeah, I didn't cheat. Like this is 100% yours. So let's say this man like raises this child as his own, later down the line finds out that the wife sexually cheated on him. And it's like, damn, like all my time is wasted. So like so like that is just like they believe that theory and like that idea is like ingrained into men now, and that's why sexual cheating is like so bad for men. But as for women, it's like you know your child is yours, so like you know nothing was like, because you know who you had sex with, so like you know they didn't sexually cheat on you because like you know where the baby came from. But let's say this man was like, you're putting in 9 months to like carry this baby, to like feed the baby with your milk and everything, and then you find out that he's spending time with another woman instead of with you when he's supposed to be providing. It's like, damn.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Quick little read to Phil.
Sorry,
Kylie.
Little. Yeah, I like science a little bit. I don't know. But yeah.
No, that tracks.
You can wrap it up if you want.
Yeah. All right, guys. This has been the 12th episode of the Glassmith podcast. I'm Keller.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Kristen.
Kylie.
Thank y'all so much for watching. See y'all next time.
Don't forget to...
Oh! Sorry, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram @theglassmith. Follow us on TikTok @theglassmithatx. Instagram, again, Glassmith Gals. Here we are.
Yes,
You can find us there. Okay, for real this time. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Welcome, friends.